Cool.
Have you ever felt lost in your life or even felt depressed because you didn't know what you wanted to do in your life? I have. My name is Miki. Tonight I will share my experience with a few stories from my early life and present, and then we will discuss my future goals. So, as I was growing up, I always wanted to have multiple friends from all over the world. And my neighbors happened to be all Americans, so I eventually, leaned towards to speaking English. And when I was in middle school, my teacher told me that there's an exchange program, and it was all government. It's gonna pay for it, those scholarships. So when I went in high school, I applied for it and I just passed the test. And I got into it. It was really excitement for me. And after I finished the whole year, I felt completely lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life. And my mother's friend recommended to me a doctor. And I just was like, okay, I'm just gonna be a doctor. So I started learning all the studies and I went to pre-med for 4 years. But it was not something I wanted to do. I studied from like 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. every single day, no Saturday, no Sunday. It was really hard, and eventually I burned out. And I felt like it was just some dead end. So one day I left school. I gave up pursuing something that made me feel miserable. And because I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I know I wanted to work someplace I can use my English. So I started working on base at the restaurant. So when I started working at the restaurant, it was just mediocre English. It was just okay. But as you're working at the restaurant, you have to be good at talking to people, right? Because you have to get tips. So true. So I watch YouTube and a lot of dramas, Friends, get the jokes and stuff like that. And then I eventually get good at it, and tips immediately reflect to the tips. So I got the money, not so much, but got the money more than it used to be, and I got the confident because I gained my English improvement. So I felt freedom for the first time, and. But then again, I've been working for the restaurant industry at the same restaurant for 9 years. At years 5, I feel like, I started losing passion. Because also it wasn't something I wanted to do. English, I want to do that, but the waitressing, waiting table, it's not something I wanted to do. While I was struggling for like next 4 years, my mother has a sickness gotten just worse, and she has to go through the surgeries. It was brain surgeries. We have to go to Osaka for a month, and it went okay. It went okay, and she's recovering. But unfortunately, as a part of her will, we still need to discuss about her property so that we can divide it into the families. But it's unfortunate, but I guess at the fortunate time, because I found this is actually I'm good at. Because when I was in pre-med, I studied a lot about math, and I became really, really good at it. So all the numbers might be something I wanted to do, and I started going for it. And yeah, so I got the same passion when I got into the exchange program, and I work at the restaurant base. And for my future goals, I want to get a bachelor's degree in accounting and work at a big firm in the United States, and tell people, in the United States, age doesn't really matter. If you go back in a school, maybe 30s, 40s, and 50s, it's okay, but in Japan, age matters. I'm in the 30s, but people's gonna look at me like, hey, you're in the 30s, what are you doing? Aren't you supposed to have a family? So I wanna tell people that age is just a number. And my main point of speech is, it's okay to feel lost or feel depressed. As long as you work hard at the moment, you will eventually find your passion. The moment in your life is just a dot. It will eventually become a line, a picture, and then a masterpiece. I believe there's no such thing as a waste of time. So live your life and do whatever makes you feel right. Thank you.